campaign business is actually, it is a reality. And it is coming at a time when Kenyans are under a lot of pressure to put food on the table. And those who are able to put food 3 times a day in about 6 months back can hardly afford 1 meal per day. And that is something that, although that is managed by the forces of demand and supply. And some of them are beyond the control of actually our economy or the leadership. And in this case, of course, some policies actually has a hand, because when you talk about the taxable capacity that this country has,
yes,
the government can only implement the policies of either reducing or increasing the prices by use of taxes. And in this case, I think what Kenyans are actually saying is that the taxes that is being taxed in this country is very punitive, and it is a high time that the leadership must address that thing once and for all, because the economy now as it is, Kenyans are hard-pressed. And let me tell you, Oloo, when you walk along the streets, you get somebody who is earning for 10 shillings, 20 shillings, 30 shillings. That really tells you the magnitude of the problem that our people are facing on the ground.
Yes.
And recently, there are some punitive measures, although that sometime actually they come on our way. Talk of the issue of the scrap metal recently, which was actually disallowed in this country. Yes, as much as it has done a lot of harm to our big investments in this country, little did we know that majority of these people who are on the streets are depending on the scrap metals. Most of the street children, they have been depending on collecting some metals, hanging there. Some mothers have always been selling those ones in their small units. And in this case, when it was stopped, everything stopped. It is like their lives were stopped. So that is where we are saying, before any resolution is reached by the respective authorities, I think they would rather consult the ground, the grassroots people, before they make any, because much of what has been done in this country has been very, sometimes actually touches on the lives of the people. And there are other things, Oloo, which of course I don't want to touch so much about the demolitions of buildings.
In 20 seconds, please.
In most of the places, actually has led the people to starve, not even having a roof on their heads, and not having food on their to feed on. And it has been very difficult. And Oloo, as I finish, let me retreat back to Kericho.
In 20 seconds.
In 20 seconds.
Yes.
Let me retreat back to where I come from. I come from Kericho County. And there is some small appeal I want to appeal to our people in Kericho, that this election this time, please let us look, critically whom we are going to elect as the governor. I appeal to them that they should not recycle people who are known to be bad characters. Because what we need is the cleanup of Kericho County. We have had problems, health problems, roads problems, and all these things. Things have been done in such a way that the community is suffering just because of some few leaders. So Kericho people, please go back to your roots and please think about it. Let us not elect people by issues of handouts, because that will never help us. May God bless.